Hello everyone, my name is Asyrafchazz and welcome back to yet another One Piece card game video. Today we're going to take a look at some brand new cards revealed for ST-06, which is the Marine starter deck, and it includes some really strong ones, some that play into the strategy that we have seen so far with all the other cards, but there is an event card that has been revealed recently and we're going to talk about it because it seems to be pretty strong. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribing if you want to keep up to date with more One Piece card game content. But without further ado, let's take a look at all the new black cards revealed from ST-06 because we're really close to the release date, but I'm excited to talk about some reveals. Alright, first of all, we got another waifu alert. This is Hina, 3 cost 5000 power with a special attribute, part of the Marines. So her ability is on play for this turn, -4 cost for up to one of your opponent's characters. So we've seen the -4 cost on Sengoku, we talked about it in the previous video, but this is on play, considering that, you know, Hina only costs 3 and the stat line is not that bad. 3 cost 5000 power, no counters, but the ability itself is actually really quite strong. To -4 something, you can chain her with another Hina or chain her with Sengoku's attack, and then you can use your leader's ability to KO something. I think she will definitely see some play in the future, provided that we get, you know, more of these kind of effects that affect, like, destroy a certain character or opponent's character that costs X or less, you know. And I'm excited to see the implications that Hina will bring to the metagame. Will she see some play? I have a strong feeling that she will, just because it's a decent card either way, and the on-play ability is very strong as well, but we have to wait and see. And now we've got another waifu character. This is Tashigi, 3 cost 4000 power, the slasher attribute with counter 2000, so you know this card's going to be played for sure. Activate main, you may arrest this character for this turn, -2 cost for up to one of your opponent's characters. So Tashigi is one of those examples where you can either have Tashigi in your hand for that 2k counter, or you can play it early because 3 cost 4000 power is not that bad. We've seen card effects like this, or like card stats like this in the form of like Raizo, which still has some use and see some play in the current meta game. And for Tashigi, you can just have it on the field. When you need to use ability, you can rest Tashigi, -2 cost or something, and then you can KO something with your either your like Akainu's ability, your leader ability, or even with a Garp. So I think Tashigi will definitely be very useful, and if it's a starter deck card with 2000 counter, you know it's going to be played either way. It's an option for black decks to have in the future if they want to fill up that plus 2000 counter slot. Tashigi is definitely here for them. And last but not least, we have Impact Wave. This is the 2 cost plus 4000 event card that we've seen throughout all the colors. So Impact Wave cost 2, it's a counter event card with the ability give up to one of your leader or characters plus 4000 power, then KO up to one of your opponent's cost 3 or lower characters in active. Triggered ability is KO up to one of your opponent's cost 4 or lower characters. This is a strong event card. I'm like, even at the worst case scenario, it's a 2 cost 4000 counter, and you know each color needs this kind of effect because you've seen them played heavily. You know, you got cards like Red Hawk, Overheat that's been used in the meta game, so this is definitely going to be used 100%. The fact that the KO abilities, you can KO up to one of your opponent's characters that's cost 3 or lower characters, but it has to be in active mode, it's still really good. It will punish, it can potentially punish some of your opponents for playing out their cards first before attacking. And then you can counter, you can destroy a Zoro or a Robin, or a lot of 3 costs. Like I said, 3 costs, there's a lot of problematic threats in that area, or Kiku or Raizo, there's a lot of them, and your opponent has to kind of respect this card if they want their stuff to stay alive. Like, they know, like, okay, black is holding up 2 Dawn to counter your attack, you have to make sure that you swing with your 3 costs first, and then make sure that you don't have another 3 cost that's active, or if not, you have to face the wrath of Impact Wave. Sengoku's just gonna palm you to oblivion. And its triggered ability is also really quite good. I mean, being able to just straight up KO one of your opponent's characters that cost 4 or less is really good. I think there's a lot of targets for this card. I mean, being 4 or less means you're opening up the doors to like Uta, the blockers. A lot of blockers can actually be affected by this. I wouldn't doubt that players would want to run 4 of Impact Wave in their decks so that there's a chance for it to be triggered off the life, and then you can just KO one of your opponent's problematic threats, or even a blocker. That's the good thing about this card. I think this card is really good. One of the better 2 cost plus 4000 power event cards that we've seen from the game so far. Black is looking to be really sweet right now. I think the next few cards that are from the decks are either like cards with like similar minus mechanics, or like just plain vanillas, and then you can just round out the deck that way. I'm excited to see what other characters make their way into this deck. I mean, we have not seen Kizaru, we've not seen Aokiji, so you know, they have a chance to be in this deck. Maybe they're just vanillas, I don't know, but they will have their chance to shine in OP02, which is another thing altogether. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, what you think about the black cards. I really like Impact Wave. I think it's going to be one of the defining staples for black decks moving forward. I have a feeling that the starter deck is going to just provide 2 copies of this, just like they did for all the other starter decks. So you might need to pick up 2 of the black starter decks if you want a full playset. So just keep that in mind if you're intending to pick this deck up. Well, that's it from me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.